Hey everyone, it's me again, and today I'm doing a reading specifically for my Pisces friends. I've been feeling this really intense energy around the Pisces collective lately, and I knew I had to pull some cards to see what's coming through. So I shuffled my deck with you all in mind, and honestly, what came through is pretty intense, but also incredibly revealing. Before I dive into the cards, I just want to say that this reading is about some serious themes around hidden truths and past secrets that are about to surface in your life. If you're a Pisces or have strong Pisces placements, you're going to want to stick around because the universe has some major revelations coming your way. So I pulled 6 cards for this reading, and each one is telling such a specific story about what you're about to discover. I'm getting chills just thinking about how connected these cards are to what's happening in your life right now. Let me walk you through what came up. The first card I pulled is Death. And before anyone panics, this is not about physical death at all. This card is showing me that there's something in your past, something you thought was completely buried and forgotten, that is about to be completely transformed and revealed. I'm seeing this as a past sin or mistake, something you did that you've kept hidden, that is about to come full circle. What's interesting about death in this position is that it's not just about the secret itself, it's about how this revelation is going to completely transform your life. I'm getting the sense that some of you have been carrying guilt about something from years ago, maybe even decades ago. You might have hurt someone, betrayed someone's trust, or made a decision that went against your moral compass. You've been living with this weight on your shoulders, and you've managed to convince yourself that it's in the past and doesn't matter anymore. But here's what death is telling me. This secret is not staying buried. The energy around this card is so strong, and it's showing me that the universe has a way of bringing things full circle. What you thought was dead and buried is about to be resurrected in a way that will shock you. I'm seeing this happening through unexpected channels. Maybe someone from your past is going to reach out, or maybe evidence of what you did is going to surface in a way you never anticipated. The transformative aspect of death is crucial here, because this isn't just about being exposed or caught. This is about you having to face the person you were and transform into who you need to become. I'm seeing that for many of you, this revelation is actually going to be a blessing in disguise, because you've been carrying this burden for so long that it's been affecting your ability to truly connect with others and be authentic in your relationships. Death is also showing me that some of you have been unconsciously sabotaging your happiness because deep down you don't feel you deserve good things after what you did. This card is saying that it's time for that cycle to end. The truth coming out is going to force you to confront your past actions, make amends if possible, and finally release yourself from this prison of guilt you've created. I'm also getting the message that this isn't going to be as devastating as you think it's going to be. Yes, there will be consequences, and yes, it will be uncomfortable, but the freedom that comes after facing your truth is going to be incredible. Some of you have been living half a life because you've been so afraid of your secret coming out. Once it does, you're going to realize that the fear was worse than the reality. For those of you who are wondering what kind of secrets we're talking about here, I'm seeing a range of things. Some of you betrayed a friend's confidence in a major way. Others might have cheated in a relationship or marriage. Some of you might have taken credit for someone else's work or success. I'm even seeing some of you who were involved in covering up or lying about something that affected multiple people. The common thread is that you know what you did was wrong, and you've been carrying shame about it ever since. Death is telling you that it's time to stop running from your past. The energy is building up, and this secret wants to come out. You can either take control of the situation and come forward with your truth on your own terms, or the universe is going to force your hand. I strongly encourage you to choose the first option because maintaining your agency in this process is going to make a huge difference in how things unfold. The second card that came through is 4 of Pentacles. And this is showing me that your secret is connected to something material or financial. I'm seeing that what you're hiding has to do with money, resources, or possessions in some way. This could be that you took something that wasn't yours. You lied about your financial situation to get something you wanted, or you manipulated a situation to gain a financial advantage over someone else. Four of Pentacles is known for being about holding on to things too tightly, and in this context, it's showing me that you've been desperately trying to hold on to the life you've built based on this lie or deception. You're terrified that if the truth comes out, you're going to lose everything you've worked for. I'm seeing that some of you are in positions now, whether in your career or personal life, that you feel you don't deserve or that you only achieved through dishonest means. This card is also showing me extreme anxiety about money and security. You've been living in constant fear that your past is going to catch up with you and destroy your financial stability. Some of you have been hoarding money or resources because you're afraid that when your secret comes out, you're going to need that security blanket. Others of you have been unable to truly enjoy your success because you know it's built on a foundation of deception. What's really coming through strongly with Four of Pentacles is that your relationship with money and material possessions has been completely distorted by your secret. You either hold on to everything too tightly because you're afraid of losing it all, or you're unable to accumulate anything because you feel guilty about having things you don't feel you deserve. Neither of these extremes is healthy, and both are keeping you from having a normal, balanced relationship with abundance. I'm also seeing that your secret might involve taking something from a family member or friend. The Four of Pentacles can represent family money or inheritance, and I'm getting the sense that some of you might have taken money from a family member, falsified documents related to an inheritance, or lied about financial need to get money from people who cared about you. The guilt around this is eating you alive because you know you took advantage of people who trusted you. For others of you, this card is showing me that you built your current financial situation on a lie. Maybe you lied on loan applications, falsified income information, or presented yourself as more financially stable than you were to get into a relationship or marriage. You're terrified that if your partner or family discovers the truth about your past financial deception, they're going to leave you or lose respect for you. Four of Pentacles is also warning about the consequences of trying to hold on to ill-gotten gains. The energy around this card is telling me that what was taken dishonestly cannot be kept permanently. The universe has a way of balancing these things out, and you're about to experience that balancing. This doesn't necessarily mean you're going to lose everything, but it does mean that you're going to have to face the truth about how you acquired what you have. The message I'm getting is that you need to start preparing for the possibility that you might need to make financial amends. If you took money from someone, you might need to pay it back. If you gained a position through deception, you might need to step down or come clean about how you got there. The sooner you start taking responsibility for your actions, the better the outcome is going to be. This card is also showing me that your guilt about money is affecting your ability to manifest abundance in healthy ways. You've been blocking your own financial growth because part of you feels like you don't deserve to prosper. Once you deal with your past honestly, you're going to find that money flows to you much more easily because you'll no longer be carrying that energetic weight. The third card is Knight of Swords, and this is showing me that the revelation of your secret is going to come suddenly and forcefully. This knight doesn't mess around. When he shows up, it means that whatever has been hidden is about to be exposed with lightning speed. I'm getting the sense that you might receive a phone call, an email, or have someone show up at your door with information about your past that you thought was completely buried. Knight of Swords is also showing me that there's someone who knows your secret, and they're about to take action. This person has been sitting on this information for a while, but something has triggered them to finally speak up. It could be that they've reached a breaking point in their own life and they can't carry your secret anymore. Or it could be that circumstances have aligned in a way that makes it impossible for them to stay quiet. What's really significant about this card is the speed and intensity of how this is going to unfold. You're not going to have time to prepare or create a strategy for damage control. This information is going to come out like a lightning bolt, and you're going to have to deal with the immediate aftermath. The Knight of Swords doesn't give warnings or gentle nudges. He charges forward with the truth regardless of the consequences. I'm also seeing that this person who's going to expose your secret might be motivated by their own need for justice or closure. They've been hurt by what you did, and they've decided that they can't heal until the truth is known. This isn't necessarily about revenge, although for some of you it might be. It's more about this person needing to reclaim their power and their truth after keeping your secret has diminished them in some way. Knight of Swords is also telling me that once this starts, it's going to move very quickly. Your secret isn't just going to come out to one person. It's going to spread rapidly through your social circle, family, or workplace. This card represents swift communication and the spread of information. So you need to be prepared for the fact that many people are going to find out about your past actions in a very short period of time. The challenging aspect of this card is that you're not going to have control over how the information is presented. When someone else tells your story, they're going to tell it from their perspective and with their own emotional charge attached to it. This means that the version of events that gets shared might not include all the context or nuance that you would want people to understand. You might find yourself in a position where you have to do damage control and try to explain your side of the story after the fact. However, Knight of Swords is also a card of clearing the air. Yes, the truth is going to come out in a dramatic and intense way, but this is ultimately going to clear the energy around the situation. You've been living in this fog of secrecy and deception, and this knight is going to cut through all of that with the sword of truth. It's going to be painful, but it's also going to be liberating. I'm getting the message that you should prepare yourself mentally and emotionally for this revelation to happen soon. The energy around this card is very immediate, so this isn't something that's going to happen months from now. This feels like it's going to occur within the next few weeks or possibly even days. You might want to consider reaching out to the people who matter most to you and having honest conversations before someone else forces your hand. The fourth card that came through is the High Priestess, and this is absolutely fascinating in the context of this reading about secrets and hidden truths. The High Priestess is the keeper of mysteries and hidden knowledge, and her appearance here is telling me that your secret is connected to something much deeper and more spiritual than just a simple mistake or poor judgment. What I'm seeing with the High Priestess is that your past action violated some kind of sacred trust or spiritual principle. This wasn't just about lying to someone or taking something material. This was about betraying something holy or pure. Some of you might have violated someone's trust in a way that affected their spiritual beliefs or their faith in humanity. Others might have used spiritual or religious knowledge inappropriately or for personal gain. I'm getting a very strong sense that your secret involves betraying someone who was vulnerable or innocent. The High Priestess often represents the divine feminine, and I'm seeing that you might have taken advantage of someone who trusted you completely. This could have been a student if you were in a teaching role, someone who looked up to you as a spiritual guide, or someone who was going through a difficult time and came to you for support. The High Priestess is also showing me that there's an intuitive or psychic element to how your secret is going to be revealed. The person who's going to expose you might have received this information through dreams, visions, or strong intuitive insights. They might not have concrete proof in the traditional sense, but they're going to know the truth so clearly that they'll be compelled to speak up. What's really powerful about this card is that it represents the balance between the seen and unseen worlds. Your secret exists in both realms. It's a concrete action you took in the physical world, but it also created energetic and spiritual consequences that have been building up over time. The High Priestess is telling me that these spiritual consequences are now ready to manifest in the physical world. I'm also seeing that your secret might involve some kind of sacred or ceremonial object, place, or ritual. Did you steal something from a church, temple, or spiritual center? Did you lie about or misuse something that was considered sacred by a community or family? The High Priestess is strongly associated with sacred spaces and objects, and her presence in this reading suggests that your past action violated something that was considered holy or spiritually significant. For some of you, I'm getting that your secret involves betraying someone's confidence about their spiritual experiences or beliefs. Maybe someone shared their deepest spiritual insights with you, and you used that information inappropriately, or shared it with others when you were asked to keep it private. The High Priestess takes these kinds of violations very seriously because they damage people's ability to trust their own intuition and spiritual experiences. The High Priestess is also telling me that you've been receiving intuitive messages about needing to come clean, but you've been ignoring them. Your dreams might be becoming more vivid and disturbing. You might be seeing repeated signs or synchronicities that are trying to get your attention. Your body might be giving you physical symptoms that are related to the stress of carrying this secret. The High Priestess is saying that these messages are going to become impossible to ignore. What's interesting is that this card is also offering you an opportunity for spiritual redemption. The High Priestess doesn't just represent hidden things coming to light. She also represents the possibility of accessing higher wisdom and understanding. If you're willing to face your past honestly and make genuine amends for what you've done, you have the potential to transform this situation into something that actually deepens your spiritual understanding and connection. I'm seeing that some of you have been cut off from your intuitive abilities because of the guilt you've been carrying. When you violate someone's spiritual trust, it creates energetic blocks that prevent you from accessing your own higher wisdom. The High Priestess is telling you that facing your truth is going to restore your connection to your intuitive gifts, but you have to be willing to go through the process of accountability first. The fifth card is Three of Swords, and honestly, this card is making me feel really emotional, because it's showing me the deep pain that your secret has caused, not just to others, but to yourself as well. Three of Swords is the card of heartbreak, betrayal, and emotional devastation, and its presence here is confirming that your past action broke someone's heart in a profound way. What I'm seeing with this card is that the person you hurt hasn't been able to heal completely because they never got closure or understanding about what happened. They've been carrying the pain of your betrayal all this time, and part of their healing journey requires the truth to come out. The Three of Swords is telling me that this person's heart has been literally pierced by what you did, and those wounds have never fully healed. I'm getting the sense that your action might have destroyed this person's ability to trust others for a long time. When someone betrays us deeply, especially someone we trusted completely, it can shatter our faith in human nature and make us question our ability to judge people's character. The person you hurt has probably struggled with relationships, trust issues, and self-doubt as a direct result of what you did to them. Three of Swords is also showing me your own heartbreak about the situation. I can feel that you've been carrying tremendous guilt and pain about what you did. Part of you has wanted to reach out and apologize or make amends, but you've been too afraid of the consequences or too ashamed to face the person you hurt. This internal conflict has been eating away at your own heart for all these years. What's particularly painful about this card is that it represents the kind of betrayal that cuts to the core of someone's being. This wasn't just a casual lie or a minor deception. This was something that fundamentally changed how this person sees themselves and the world around them. You might have betrayed their love, their friendship, their professional trust, or their spiritual beliefs in a way that left lasting scars. I'm also seeing that your secret might have prevented this person from getting justice or closure in their own life. Maybe your lie protected someone else who also hurt them, or maybe your deception prevented them from understanding why something bad happened to them. The Three of Swords is showing me that your silence has contributed to their ongoing pain and confusion. For some of you, I'm getting that the person you hurt was going through a particularly vulnerable time in their life when you betrayed them. Maybe they had just lost a loved one, were dealing with health issues, were going through a divorce, or were struggling with financial problems. Your betrayal during their time of need made their pain exponentially worse and has been a source of trauma for them ever since. The Three of Swords is also revealing that you've been experiencing your own form of heartbreak as a result of carrying this secret. You've probably lost the ability to form deep, authentic connections with others because you're always afraid that if people really knew who you were and what you've done, they would reject you. This fear has been keeping you emotionally isolated even when you're surrounded by people who care about you. What's coming through very strongly is that the revelation of your secret is going to initially cause more heartbreak for everyone involved. The person you hurt is going to have to relive their pain, and you're going to have to face the full impact of what your actions did to them. However, Three of Swords also represents the beginning of the healing process. Sometimes we have to fully feel our pain before we can release it and move forward. I'm getting the message that the person you hurt has been carrying your secret in their body as trauma, and they need to externalize it by speaking their truth in order to heal. Your secret coming out isn't just about consequences for you, it's about liberation and healing for them. The Three of Swords is telling me that this revelation is going to be painful but necessary for everyone involved. The final card I pulled is Six of Pentacles, and this card is showing me that there's going to be an opportunity for rebalancing and making amends after your secret comes out. Six of Pentacles is about giving and receiving, fairness and restoring balance, which tells me that while the initial revelation is going to be difficult, there's potential for healing and restoration if you handle the situation with integrity. What I'm seeing with this card is that you're going to have the opportunity to give back to the person or people you hurt. This might be financial compensation if your secret involved taking something material, but it could also be emotional amends, public acknowledgement of what you did, or using your experience to help others who have been in similar situations. The Six of Pentacles is telling me that the universe is going to present you with ways to balance the karmic scales. I'm getting the sense that the person you hurt is going to be surprisingly open to hearing from you once the truth comes out. They might not be ready immediately, but eventually they're going to want to understand your perspective and hear your apology. The Six of Pentacles represents reciprocal relationships, and it's showing me that both of you have things to give and receive from each other in this healing process. This card is also indicating that your secret coming out is going to create opportunities for you to help others who have made similar mistakes. Once you're no longer hiding your past, you're going to be able to use your experience to guide people who are struggling with guilt, shame, or the temptation to cover up their own mistakes. The Six of Pentacles often represents mentorship and sharing wisdom, and your journey through this difficult process is going to give you valuable insights that others can benefit from. What's beautiful about this card is that it represents the possibility of transforming a situation of imbalance into one of mutual benefit. Yes, you hurt someone and created an unfair situation, but if you approach the revelation of your secret with genuine humility and a sincere desire to make amends, you have the potential to turn this into something that actually benefits everyone involved. I'm also seeing that the financial or material aspects of your secret that were highlighted in the Four of Pentacles are going to be resolved through the energy of the Six of Pentacles. If you took money or resources from someone, you're going to find ways to pay them back or compensate them fairly. If you gained something through deception, you're going to have opportunities to share those gains or use them in service of others. Six of Pentacles is also telling me that your community or social circle is going to surprise you with their capacity for forgiveness and understanding. While some people might judge you harshly when your secret comes out, others are going to appreciate your honesty and your willingness to take responsibility for your actions. You might find that coming clean actually strengthens some of your relationships because people will respect your courage in facing your truth. The generosity aspect of this card is really important because it's showing me that you have the ability to be generous with your honesty, your apologies, and your efforts to make amends. The Six of Pentacles encourages you not to do the bare minimum when it comes to taking responsibility for your actions. If you're going to come clean, do it fully and completely. If you're going to apologize, make sure it's genuine and comprehensive. If you're going to make amends, go above and beyond what's expected. This card is also indicating that there are people in your life who are going to support you through this difficult process. The Six of Pentacles represents community support and mutual aid, and it's telling me that you don't have to face the consequences of your secret alone. There are people who care about you who are going to help you navigate this challenging time and rebuild your life based on truth rather than deception. Looking at all 6 cards together, the message is incredibly clear. Your past secret involving betrayal, financial deception, or violation of sacred trust is about to be revealed through someone who can no longer keep quiet about what they know. This revelation is going to happen suddenly and spread quickly, causing initial heartbreak and disruption for everyone involved. However, there's tremendous potential for healing, rebalancing, and spiritual growth if you approach the situation with honesty and integrity. The cards are strongly encouraging you to take control of this situation before it takes control of you. Instead of waiting for someone else to expose your secret, consider coming forward voluntarily with the truth. This will give you much more agency in how the situation unfolds and will demonstrate your genuine commitment to taking responsibility for your actions. I want to be clear that this reading isn't meant to scare you or make you feel hopeless. Yes, facing your past is going to be difficult and there will be consequences for your actions. But the cards are also showing me that this process of truth-telling is going to ultimately liberate you and allow you to live more authentically than you have in years. You've been carrying this burden for so long that you've forgotten what it feels like to be free from the weight of secrets and shame. For my Pisces friends, I know this reading might feel overwhelming, but remember that your sign is associated with forgiveness, compassion, and spiritual transformation. You have natural abilities to navigate emotional depths and come out stronger on the other side. Trust in your capacity to handle whatever comes up and know that facing your truth is always better than living a lie. If this reading resonated with you, I encourage you to start preparing emotionally and practically for what's coming. Consider reaching out to a therapist or counselor who can help you process your feelings and develop healthy coping strategies. Think about what you would want to say to the people who matter most to you if your secret comes out. Start getting your affairs in order so that you're prepared for any practical consequences. Most importantly, remember that everyone makes mistakes and everyone has things they're not proud of. What defines us isn't our past actions, but how we choose to respond when we're given the opportunity to make things right. Your secret coming out is actually an opportunity for redemption and healing, even though it might not feel that way initially. The universe has a way of bringing everything full circle, and this situation is no exception. Trust that whatever happens is ultimately for the highest good of everyone involved, even if it's painful in the moment. Your willingness to face your truth and take responsibility for your actions is going to transform not just your own life, but the lives of the people you've affected as well.